to you. Okay. Yeah. Can can I ask everyone to mute themselves as the meeting is going on so we can maximize the time we have? Thank you. So please help me all together to welcome Mr. Thomas on board. We give him an applause. Thomas, you're welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes. So this meeting is gonna take 90 minutes. We want to maximize this time as much as we can so that we have enough time for questions the last 30 minutes. So we are going to have interview with Thomas and answer our questions in 60 minutes, and the 30 minutes will be for questions for the audience. So I divided our interview in four parts. I have two questions in the first part, and the second part is the main purpose of this meeting. So we are going to have four questions for Thomas, and we would like Thomas to answer us as best as he can and clear as he can, so we don't have to have a second question after his answer because we understand him as much as he understands us. So I'm gonna first welcome him and would like to give a very short presentation about who Thomas is. We know he is our leader. We know him as 63A-4, but more than that, who is Thomas actually? So, Thomas, you are welcome to present yourself to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. It's really nice to see all you guys. I know some of familiar faces like Sabrine from Belgium, some other leader, Roxanne and Van, and two, but a lot of you new. So I would like to please welcome. And then it's to first, I want to say it's nice to meet you all. Hopefully, someday we met, have dinner, have lunch, become a friends, not just business partner, but build a relationship of our world. So wherever we go, we have friends to welcome to their homes. So that's part of the, my mission. So my name is Thomas. I'm from Vietnam, just like Mr. Deng. We both immigrated to US 1994. It's like 32 years ago. We start first as, immigrant. We do several different kind of job. And then I start go to school and graduate as an engineer. But I think my nature is an entrepreneur, so I always do business on the side. So while I'm doing engineer as a build a backbone for my financial, I do a traditional business. I open several nail salons to become like my goal is to open a franchise so that I can have passive income and I don't have to work that much because I'm lazy. I just want to sit and collect the money. So that's the goal. Then I've been doing the business over, traditional business over like 17 years until I met Mr. Deng like 2013. That's where I start going to the network marketing. I first start with the nutrition company, but my background is, I'm engineer, but I'm pre-pharmacist. I really into health and fitness and very knowledgeable. So I love all about how to improve health, but especially financial, because I'm came from a poor country, Vietnam. So I want to drive an ambition to make my life more beautiful, more abundant, instead of just be poor. And when I came to United States, it's a land of opportunity for me and Mr. Deng. So I started doing different business, and I was on one of the network nutrition. At the time, I realized that my traditional business, it could give me money, but it would not provide me the financial freedom or the time freedom I really needed because you have to constantly working and you never stop. 2015, June. Actually, it's coming up, right? It's about 11 years. That's where myself, Mr. Deng, and Mr. Tan, we went to the convention in Anaheim. Anaheim is, you know where that is, right? It's a Disneyland. That they have convention there. So we go there. Um, we saw a lot of people go on stage, especially people who don't speak good English or even elderly. They go on stage and they receive different check and they celebrate it. I was on different network, people on stage, they speak very well. And, but in Magic, I surprised. Most people very down to earth, very simple, but they still make a lot of money. That's make us curious. And from then, myself, Mr. Ding, and Tan, we start develop a, Kenyan. We start from the Vietnamese community first because that's our first language and our network is Vietnamese. But then we go over the board, go over the sea, go all the continents, and until to this point, 11 years, we have over like 200,000, people and also 20,000 distributor under Mr. Deng and myself organization. We have over 150 people achieve 6A2.3 and more than 2,000 of 6A as well. And now I have different diversity of the team under mine, more like Filipino, Latino and stuff, but a privilege to get to know you guys from another continent in Europe and hopefully Africa and everywhere so that we can, give you some my insight of my experience. I was the first one doing the demonstration in Vietnamese, and me and Mr. Deng, we sit down. I'm the one educate people in terms of technology because I'm an engineer and I know in and out of the system, in and out of the products, and I'm pioneer on the architect or the strategy to build. So within 11 years, we spread our business everywhere in the world. Fortunately, we have reached the financial freedom that we have more time to do anything, and we can do what we like to do, and have time. And at this point, um, my passion or my goal is basically give the legacy, which basically give the knowledge, the skill set to help you guys everyone, not just you guys, to get success in many different things, especially in Magic. It's one of a tool, a vehicle, to make everyone can be success if you really, put your work, your passion, and it's a good vehicle. Everyone can be success in many things in life, but in Magic is a good vehicle for me, myself, and many leaders have achieved financial freedom and time, and I hope it's a vehicle for you as well.
Thank you, Mr. Sombas, for presenting yourself. So those who are new here, now they know who Mr. Thomas is. That now take us to our first question to you regarding to the business and the art of presentation, professional presentation and follow-up. So my first question is when you are introducing this business of Enagic to a new prospect, what should people focus on most during the first conversation with the new prospects?
Okay. If you study psychology, everyone they care the most, who they want to care the most, just answer me. We want to interactive, so you go all learning, okay? When you talk to someone, do they want you to talk about yourself much, or they want them to talk about themselves the most? Just on the chat, I want to see how everyone responds.
Anyone in the audience can respond as by unmuting
Everyone
themselves
respond.
and answer.
No right or wrong. It's interactive. I'm treat it like interchange. Oh, wow, very good. Interchange knowledge. So I want to say educate, what the mean in Latin, it means to draw out. Draw out mean, it mean I draw out your knowledge by guiding you to the right direction. Then it mean after this session, you understand clearly what you have to do because I transfer that knowledge and I draw your knowledge out from yourself. Exactly. When you talk to anyone, they love to talk about themselves. Human is a little, egocentric. They really want to focus about themselves. So when you talk about people and you share the opportunity, you have to put some way so that it's benefit them the most. But if you think about, oh, you want to go my team, I will make a lot of money, thing like that. Oh my God, it's a red flags, right? A lot of time when you first meeting to people, the thing that people care the most is how you care about them. Secondly, how about what they want, not what you want, right? Because if you really what you want, then they don't care. They don't listen. But if you trigger to make them talk about what they really want, then you have the solution. You are the problem solver person. Everyone in this earth, no matter how much educated, how much successful you are, there are five different things that we all need. What do we need the most? What do you think we need the most?
Come on, guys.
Come on. Everyone can say, I want everyone participating. I don't want just me talking because I want the love in two ways, right?
Thank
I
you.
give you, I pull you back. Who you like the most? Everyone. Even they don't, Susan, top, you know? Who care? Which one in life people care the most?
Take security. They want to feel
Security of
secure
what? Secure of what? Finance.
financially,
What second one? They have more
health.
time, right? Third, they want family.
Mm,
Four, they want hobbies, relationship. Fifth, they want contribution. Depend on all the need. Or actually, some people they want to be known. They want to be people know about them, right? So success, family. Okay. Anyway, someone sharing something. Okay. Basically, there are five or six different things that people really care about. Money, family, time freedom, hobbies, contributions. So these are things that people really want. So if you know exactly what they want, then you technically can basically matching up the frequency. And then from there, you're easy to talk.
absolutely.
But another thing we're talking about the personality styles. There one of a session I will transfer my knowledge in terms of different personality style for you guys. So you have to understand yourself, but the most important thing is understand your prospects because depending on their personality, you can basically share the opportunity or push the decision maker depends on their personality. For
Thank you.
example, who introvert in here? Can you raise your hand? Who introverts?
I think I'm both. It depends on the situation.
Okay. But introvert mean you gain energy when you be alone. Sometimes you want to be quiet. And so you basically in the crowd, you don't like to show up that much. You don't feel like of course we have several things, but the backbone of yourself sometimes is an introvert or extrovert. Introvert is the one that's very careful or decision making. You cannot push them to make decision right away, right? Some adventurous people, they love new things, they like dynamic, they can make decision right away, or they really open to hear. Second one, the third one is the one that's easy to deal with, the one that's supporter, which is, whatever you say, they will say yes. But one of the hardest one is the leader type. Whatever you say, they don't care. They care what they want. And they make decision. No matter what you do, whatever you share, if you don't do the right way, it could be the adverse reactions. So at beginning, when you talk to people, do a little research, know about themselves a little bit, try to see what they need, right? And then find the niche so you can share and pick to the right spot they want to hear because that's the most benefit them or the most thing they concern. So when you talk to someone, for example, someone really care about the beautiful skin and a healthy body, you're talking about, the benefits of the water. The Kangen machine will help them. But if some young guy or young girl, they still very healthy, they care the most is financial, then you share about the opportunity. You talk about the opportunity to make money or the opportunity to travel the world, to be everywhere and make connection everywhere, and have time freedoms. They love the most. And then for people, a majority, they want a career so they can be focused and earn the passive income so they don't have to work their butt off to the rest of their life until they retire. So it depends on the person. The first thing before you sharing or you talk to people, do a little research. The more experienced you are, you can scan people and you know who they are, and then you can, pick the right point. That's the difference between the one inexperienced with the one experienced. Like for example, I scan someone, I meet someone, I talk to them just a little bit. Even I look outside what they dress, the way they talk, I most likely know what they really like, what kind of their style. So that's part of a learning curve. However, everything can be learned by observation. Okay?
Thank you. Mm. Yeah, thank you, Thomas, for the answer to our first question with the basic 5 points that you mentioned. And since it's recorded, so I hope we can rewatch it and go to find out what those 5 basic things that we have to focus on. So that comes to my second question. Second question is almost closed, but it's how the distributor can present this business in much natural way without sounding salesy or focused, so that we are not overwhelmed ourselves and overwhelm our new prospects. How can we do that?
Okay, that pretty good question because everyone awkward go just pull people out and talking. I like you said, depend on personality, but you want to do in the gender way, in the best way. Very, very good. Do you have bottled water? Kangen bottle?
Yeah, for example.
A lot of time when I travel, I bring my bottled water with my picture and stuff. People say, "Oh, it look beautiful. What is it?" I create an opportunity for people to ask me. People like to be, they like to attack you, not like you to attack them, right? If they ask, you answer. There's nothing wrong. That's where you easy to talk. Put yourself in the situation that people ask you for the question. For example, I go and travel. I always carry my pen. It's a gold pen, right? I say, "Oh, Thomas, it's beautiful. What is it?" Oh, I say, "Oh, it's Enagic. It's a company I represent. It give me a financial freedom and time. That's why I'm on the cruise, hang out and have fun. I don't worry about anything." I say, "What is it?" That's where you talk about the business, right?
Wow.
And secondly, and you go to the bank, you pull out your beauty water, you spray in your face, and you smooth it out, and people say, "What the hell are you doing?" I say, "Well, I have the beauty water. I want my skin beautiful. I want to moisturize, hydration my skin, and I want to sanitize the air around so I'd be more healthy." And then people say, "What the heck is that?" That's where you talk about it. You
Wow.
find a way for people to pay attention or question about, and then when they ask, then you talk about it. That's how I do. I'm doing a gender way. I'm not just going to attack people. However, some people they still attack people. It still works. All kind, everything, a method, it work. You go from point A, point B. There are many ways to do it. My style, I do in a way more professional in more gentle way, and I can easy to make connection instead of I'm like hunter, just go and target. However, sometimes it still work that way because depend on personality. Some people like to be attacked, right? But some people like to be gentle, and some people like to be just sharing, but caring. The main thing is, first, you want to do something for people to cure it, so ask you. do something that they will be. That's the reason why sometimes we invite people to the house and then let they drink the Kangen water or ask them to wash fruit and vegetable and they say, oh, what is it? And that's where you share the product. But for a business opportunity, your transformation sometimes is a good way. Use a model from other people, successful people, to show other prospects so they're curious about. For example, a lot of time, Mr. Ding or us, we a little show off. It's not because we want it. We want to create the curiosity for people to say, what the hell, do you guys just keep going, go vacation all the time and having fun? Why? What the hell are they doing? That's where, and a lot of time, it's funny. I tell you one story. I went to Vegas 2016. That's where we still, I think I was 62 after a year, so whatever. It's still a baby kingdom. We have someone getting to 62 that three, and they earn the 25,000 bonus. I take the moment to go and talk to that person and take a picture with her. I post on my Facebook, and people say, Thomas, you make 25K. What is it? Because of that post, I get one distributor to become 4A. I make over like 20K over her commission.
Wow.
So you have to find the way. That's why a lot of people create the lifestyles to attract
Mm,
people for
mm,
asking.
mm,
Some other people, they create their own branding. They do contribution. They talk different thing, but they gear back to the business opportunity at the end.
mm.
And some people talking about the healthy and become a health coach, and then finally they gear into a Kangen machine to provide one of a solution for the healthy water to drink when you are really health coach or health conscious.
Yeah. So thank you, Thomas, for your answer. We appreciate. So we proceed to part two of the interview. So the part two is going to be about the power of follow-up of our prospects. So I want to know why is follow-up is such an important skill in this business.
Okay. Remember when we first people show us opportunity, how long it take us to make decision?
Quite long from
Quite a little bit, depend on personality, right?
yes.
It take me a year. You know why? Let me tell you a story. One of my friends, when they were doing a nutrition company, we're doing well. At the time, we really happy with the company. We do well. We got introduced to Kangen machine. I attend the meeting, the presentation, the demonstration, and the business opportunity, but I wasn't care at all. But of course, I got exposure. After that, that friend keep follow up, talking, sharing, but I still don't care because I'm still do well on the other one until the other business start going down and we feel like we don't make good money. Mr. Deng and myself, we don't feel like we make good money for the work effort we do. And that friend come back to introduce us again and invite us to the convention. That's where the fire starts. So sometime, the right movement, that's make it happen. So if you just talk to people once or twice and you don't follow up, someone, until the point they start opening and then someone talk to them and you lose that prospect. So a lot of times you have to follow up and psychologically people have to be exposed 4 to 6 exposure before they make decision. When you study marketing or even advertise stuff, it takes at least 4 or 6 exposure for people to get into their mind and make decision. This business is an opportunity to change people's life. However, not everyone can see it though. You have to show them gradually, and especially depend on personality. Some people they accept it easy 1 or 2, but some people could take longer. So the follow-up is so important. It's just like you make connection. Also, a lot of time doing the follow-up, you build a connection stronger. The point is we want to convert some prospect from cold market to warm market, from warm market to hot market. This business not about our products. It's about personal relationships. If you can start build up your relationship, they will certainly think about you, they will support you, or they work with you as they when they open. However, the timing of everyone is totally different. So you have to be very patient. Just like you plant a seed and you have just not plant a seed, you still have to water them
Mhm.
until, the right moment, the springtime come, thing like that. That's where they start grow.
Yes.
So it's very, very important to follow up a person. Treat that to build a connection, build relationship. That's why a lot of time when you share the opportunity, we think about how we have that person in life that make the difference for them. And because of that love, because that you're caring, you thinking about them. However, follow-up is so important, but you have to do the right way. Otherwise, it become pushy or become like aggressive.
Mhm.
They were
Mhm.
basically saying you have to be very patient, and maintain a good relationship. And remember, make appointment after appointments. What I'm saying is, if I talk to Susan, I say, well, remember I shared you opportunity. Are you open? Because I know it's a great time to start. And Susan say, oh, Tom, I'm super busy. I don't have time right now. I don't stop that. I say, so should I touch you up next month then? I make appointment, right? So when I call you, I don't feel like I'm harassing you. And they say, are you okay, Susan, for the next month, like June 1st, we talk again? And I just want to follow up because I think this is beautiful. And I know you might do really well. And I don't want you to forget these opportunities. A lot of time when you talk to people, switch your mindset that you care about people.
Mhm.
Switch your
Oh,
mindset that you want to make a difference in their life. And because of that, you lead them. And
mhm.
you so persistent and you so consistent, it shows you are a good leader. That's what they will follow. That's psychologically how the world works that way.
Mhm.
So thank you, Thomas, so much. And I'm so impressed the way you answer almost four questions in one question. So I'm not going to ask you all the questions that I intended to ask under the power of follow-up, which was the first one, but you answer question number two, which goes to mindset, also the follow up professional without sounding pushy or desperate. So I felt you answered this also in your answers for number one. So this will make me jump to part three, which is about mistakes and the consistency and objections. You also answer a little bit in the previous question, but I would like you to answer question number seven, which is what are the biggest mistakes people make during follow up?
Okay. A lot of time, the big mistake on follow-up is don't know the right to ask the right question. Secondly, focus talking, not listen. You keep talking, but you not listen.
Mhm.
The point of follow-up is you find out what they really want. You narrow down your target from big to small to the point that you can hit. A lot of time when people follow up, they don't they just basically sometimes they just do it, but they don't really focus on find out what the really person need. So a lot of time, for example, imagine like a question I asked you earlier, Susan, right? And say next month, June, can I call you back to talk, right? I create a scenario. So this time on June, I called Susan. You told me that you're very busy, right? Can you collaborate a little more? Or what you busy with? How you do with that business? I might have solution for you. So you ask people to disclose what they concern because people They lie. They don't want to show you what really is their concerns. The point of follow-up is you narrow down and find the most concern. If you can resolve that concern, that's can push the sale. So a lot of time when you do a follow-up, we need to narrow down really what people are asking. If they don't know how to ask the right question or if they not listen, it doesn't go anywhere. Right?
Wow. Yeah.
For example, I say, Susan, you say you're very busy. What you busy with? Family, job, or something? And you start saying, oh, Thomas, I have 3 kids, I work here and there. I don't even have time for myself. And then you say, then a lot of time it's dealing with objection. When you do follow up, it's all about handling objection and give a solution. In order to handling objection, you need to know every time you go deeper into what their objection is. And then when you find out the objection, you find and you give a solution. A lot of time when you say, Susan, I know you're very busy. You have a lot of things on your hand, on your plate. I was exactly on the same shoes when you was 10 years ago or 5 months ago. But I said, if I don't have any solution, I don't have any other way. I will get more busier. Are you agree with me? Because our life get busier. There's no way that will be less unless we find a solution for ourselves. If not, we go deeper and deeper into that business until we get sick and die or super stressed. I was in your shoes. I found some solution. Would you want to? Is that the most concern, you have? So if I can help you with that, will you open to do the business or give it a try? Things like that. So the main point is every time you follow up, it means you go closer to your targets, not further. By asking the right question, by sympathy with people, by provide a solution, but also the most thing is care for them and guide them help them think that they can do it. Make them a bigger person, make the obstacle become smaller and make them become giant so they can see that problem is no issue. And that's where people make decision to follow you because you are the good leader. You show them what the way to do it and the way you can resolve issue. And that's part of a learning they will learn when they do it for the next venture for their new prospect, right?
Mm.
A very deep psychology, but this all psychology, guys, and experience. If you take it, you will see you will do really well.
Yeah. So thank you once again, Thomas. You are so wise because, I made questions that you knew I didn't share with you in advance because of your experience. You were able to answer some of the questions before I asked. So I was not gonna ask again about the objection because you did answer. That was my question number 9, and then another one about consistency, which you also answered in one question. So I'm gonna jump from question 7 to 10, which is going to go to real experience and encouragement. So I want to know what advice would you give to new distributors who feel discouraged after hearing many no's from their perspective after they presented. Can you meet yourself, the person just who joined in, please?
Huh?
Somebody who just joined.
I'll be with that. Okay.
Yeah, somebody joined and interrupted. So I don't know if you got my question.
Yeah, I got your question. I got your
Okay,
question.
thank you.
Um, Basically, after 3 no's, when people say 3 no's, you get very discouraged. Is that true? Three
Yes.
no. You just, oh my God, I cannot do it. Nobody like me. I don't think this for me. So it's a normal psychology. everyone will say, especially the one you can emote, they say no. It
Mm.
hurts most. That's why sometimes, unless your heart market is the one that, always follow you on anything that you share with hot market. If not, share with warm markets. You get less painful and less hurt and then less discouraged. Every time you share to someone, they say no, it's a discouragement. Okay, in order to resolve that, a lot of time you have to side by side with your upline. Basically, you have to talk to your upline and get advice. Go to like this, go to the conference room, to the conference call, read videos, talk. But the main thing is talk to your partner, your upline, to say, "Oh my God, I shared this," and they just say no right away. What did I do? I wasn't mean. It's not for me. Well, and the experience will say, "What do you say?" And what did you do? Because a lot of time we went through that. So, we make mistake. I still make mistake nowadays, but minimal mistake, less mistake. It's just because, we already know what we're doing. So a lot of time when people get discouragement, it means your motivation or your momentum, your passion will actually decrease or go down. You need to find a source of fire or motivation from somewhere else. That's why the conference call, group meeting, talking to your upline, rethink, rethink about what you want to do at beginning, reignite your passion. These are the things that can help. But strong people like at beginning, myself, Mr. Ding, we have no one to support. So we have to burn the fire about ourselves. We just light it up because we are experienced. We are strong person already. However, everyone, when you first start the new business, the objection is really hurt. And the only way you can, go over is by learnings. Joy, get motivation, talk to your partner, your upline, so they can understand what situation, and then they can be with you the next time, so they can see what did you do, why people just say no. That's the reason why a lot of time, if you want to share opportunity, you have to have someone with you so that your success will be higher because they will help you to eliminate the mistake. They jump into the right point to handling objection, or they know how to deal with the situation because you're super new. It's just like you walking. You like a baby, you just stand up and you walk, and you want to walk another baby. How can you do that? You need the parents to hold your hand so you can hold your younger brother to walk them, right? So a lot of time you need to have a stronger leader or some other people to be with you at beginning when you share. By invite them to the Zoom, by invite them to three-way, by a meeting. But if you do on your own at beginning, depend on person, but a lot of time you might fail because first, your friend already know you so well, and now you talk like you are a scientist. Huh? Why you become like scientist? Secondly, you become very successful. I know you just like me, drive a small car, why you say, oh, change my life? Is your life had changed yet? Right? And why you convince me, right? A lot
Yeah.
of time when you talk to your peer or your warm market, they don't see you are a different person yet. You need to
Yes.
have different factors so that they can see. Secondly, like I said, you're a baby. You don't know what to say yet. You might say the wrong thing. You might poke the wrong spot. People, I say, "Oh, you dumb. You don't work hard. You don't success. This one will make you success." They say, "Huh?" Right? Then, then it's an adverse reaction. You even damage relationship. So a lot of time, the right way is you can experience to find a lot of no, but the way to fix it up is invite them to talk in the groups, invite them to, meeting, join a different thing and, listen to us, listen to success people, use sample, let the people have experience and success talk because they are more like authority figure and they can influence your friends or your peer better than you, right?
That's true. Yeah. So thank you once again, Thomas. You are kind of making me happy, but at the same time pissing me off because you answer my questions in advance.
I read your mind.
Yeah, you too. Now I believe you're really a psychology person because I had 12 sets of questions for you, but within 6 questions, you were able to answer almost all the 12. Yes, so I'm not gonna repeat, but that also keep us in 60 minutes that I planned. But the last question was semi-answered, so I'm going to rephrase it and ask it again, which is I want you to share your personal experience where consistent follow-up eventually led to success in regard to people like friends and family, because they say the family are not your customers and friends because they know you so too well, like you explained at the last part that they say, who are you, by the way? I know you. You are son of so and so, daughter of so and so. When have you now changed your life? So all this kind of intimidating way can scare you. But in your experiences, you talk about you being friends with Dan and you started almost the same time. So we want you to share that personal experience also in regard to consistent follow-up that led to success of signing up.
Okay, okay. I can share my experience, but I also can share, how they approached me as well. Let's share my first. Well, basically, I have one of the leader. I work from different company. We are same level. We same success. No one. We all business owner. We all same level. So we're not. Sometimes you same level. You like this, huh? Should I follow you or not? I'm not sure, right? So that leader, we talked at beginning, even myself and Mr. Ding, we have many different, me, Ding, and Tan, we all talk to that person.
Okay.
Uh, I'm the first one to go and talk to them, but then after that, we invite her to the presentation, Mr. Daniel, and then finally three of us sit down and talk to her. As a friends, as the partner we used to work, she just do it to be like polite. It's nothing, to be as a polite. Just join the business as a polite. But it's not meant to be, oh, I will do it and stuff like that, you know. So after we doing 6 months, myself I become 6A, and then Tan will become 6A. After we actually it become 6A in 4 months, and then Tan it's 5 months, Dang in 3 months. So we just ripple together, and I do the parties, celebration 6A party. That's why I invite her back. I mean, she's still in a team. She coming back. Even she sees us do really well, but she's still not because she's so in love with the previous, nutrition company. And she still don't see, even we show the check, we make good money. But when you love, you don't care money, you don't care anything, right? So she really in love with a previous company. But then what happened? I mean, she's so in love, but I say, how can I do this? And I want to pull her out from her darkness, but she didn't want. So even after the party, I remember that. Oh, I say, well, she was at a time is like 2 A's. I say, I go seriously and go and talk to her. I say, Nancy. I know you do really well in the other business, but I don't see, you see us change a lot. You are way, way better. You're so aggressive, you're so fast, and then you are very entrepreneur. You should way better than us. Let's do one thing together and see if we make a difference. I say, why don't you invite on your friend? I will do the help, and then we can see if you can do it. She said, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't like this one, I still like the other one. I said, how much do you make? I said, oh, a couple thousand. I said, oh, then nothing compared to us. Why you still stick with it, right? But I say, well, let me help you and prove you. If one day you make over 5K, then you will do it with us, okay? I say, well, I say, okay. If you can prove that, then she said, if you can prove that and help me to do that, then I will 100% join in. So that time, she invited a lot of her friends, and I went to one of her, not the shop, but the location. That's one of her people working with, because I pull one guy to help her, and they bring like 5 people. So we closed the deal, all of them, and she was about. Because of that, she become like 3A, 4As, and we structure in the way that, the one account, two account, 2A, then she basically earn about 3 or 4 points. So 5 people at a time, I think 5 people really open, but 4 people sign up and buy. So instantly, each machine she make about 1,400. And because of that, she said, oops, one day I make more than one, I make a month from the other company at a time. Then she start, and then say, okay, after 6 months though, she said, okay, I start. And until that day, you know what she is? She's a Nancy Dawn. She's a 683, that's six.
Mm.
She do even better than us, than me, because she's very strong and very aggressive and very dedicated. And she very good in, sharing. She focus on business opportunity. She don't focus on about a product at all. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And then about Mr. Deng, Mr. Deng, let me say, it's funny. The previous company, that's the one we make connection with, the nutrition. And I own 3 different spa, like salon and stuff. I do massage, facial, nails, stuff like that. And Mr. Deng, he was on the nutrition company with the beauty. He went to one of a shop, one of my location. And then my manager said, oh, the owner is not here. So they point me to different, he tell him to go different location. So he went to different location to meet me. And at first he said he's a pharmacist. And he go and do and touching my hand to do massage. I said, what the heck the pharmacist doing? I'm engineer, but you're a pharmacist. And why you do this? But if you be polite, I say, oh, it doesn't matter, And at the time, I didn't want to do anything. We just we just know each other. However, he just basically keep talking to me, keep messing me, invite to his house, have dinner, have party, and then I think over 6 or 7 months, one time he bring me to privately. It's after he exposed to many things, a group of friends, a party, and a lot of things. Finally, he invite me to his house again, just couple of us, me, himself, sing karaoke and stuff. And that's where I signed up because at the time I consider him as my friend. That's why I signed up.
Wow.
And from then the connection on 2013, that's where we start become friend and doing. And after that, we just like business partner. So a lot of time, like I said, a lot of times you have to build the relationship to the points, but also it's about the timing when you open.
Mm.
So there are 2 things. I remember one is Mr. Deng, even he's a pharmacist, an engineer. We are very similar level, and but because of consistency and persistent and building a relationship,
Mm.
that make the connection right there. Otherwise,
Amazing.
it's not happen at all. Yeah.
Thank you once again very much for very clear answers to those questions. And we are on time, so I'm very happy. So now it's my favorite part of the whole thing. We come to a Q&A for 30 minutes if we can. So I want us to utilize this time very properly for the audience to ask questions and try your best to be so clear as possible. So we don't have to ask you a question by question. What do you mean? What do you? So ask a precise question clearly as you can to Mr. Dan. about this business, anything regarding the business, ask him and he's going to answer. So I give you 30 minutes. The floor is for the audience. You can unmute yourself or raise your hand and ask Mr. Dan question. Thank you. Welcome the audience. Thank you, Mr. Thomas.
Oh, you're welcome. You can ask question or even introduce yourself. You don't have to do all of that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome, Benjamin.
As declared, the floor is ours. And I'm sorry I'm the first to jump, but I seem to be in a very hot soup, and I'm glad to be close to someone who has the technical know-how of the business, the benefit of it, and you have risen so high that you can show example by what you make now and where you are now. I find myself in the United States where people are too close to the technology and how to, find out truth about something, where they can Google, they can ask ChatGPT, they can, rate and all this kind of thing, even rating the company itself. Connecting these two and network marketing, where the pyramid seems to be like a scam or that. To be very precise, Mr. Thomas, you stand by uh, 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 the system, what you are selling, the machine itself, what we say about the machine that makes people, convinced that for the health part of it, they will easily join. Like, what does the machine do, like health-wise? I have one friend who says, I'm glad you are talking to me, but not knowing that you are talking to the right person who has a technical know-how of, water's pH. You're talking about the pH of your machine, and I know a lot. So I might have to see this machine and prove it myself that you have a better pH that, can alleviate the problem with health. And then one other friend says, after going through Google and all that, and he's saying, this is a scam because at first the price is very, very high compared to other prices of other, products. I say, yeah, this product is outstanding because it does more better than the other ones. But finding out from their sources of Googling and all that, and thinking that I think this price is very absurd because somebody somewhere is benefiting from this high cost, and the people doing business of it, they get lion's share of it, the piece of pieces and all that. And so that's not the true price of this machine. If I could get it another way and reach the pH of the water that I want, why should I buy this expensive machine? This is only talking about, the machine itself with the health benefit of it. Otherwise, joining the business makes it a little difficult because if you cannot market the machine, why would you have someone do business with something that you cannot market because it's like it looks fake and or it's exaggerated price? Just to nail it down, I am really in a bit of problem of dealing with prospects because if you cannot explain this enough to them to convince them that they're going to benefit health wise and also the business opportunity that comes with it, because the machine must stand out there unchallenged, because like we have seen a lot of videos of it, what it does, all the buttons there you can press, and we are more particular about the K8 that the water that you drink every day for yourself. So basically, is it true that drinking this water can change your health life? Like someone suffering from, let me say, cancer, would you like tell them, I believe if you drink this for the next 6 months, you don't have to go for chemotherapy again. But although you go, your life is gonna, significantly change because it is gonna detox you and all this. So I'll throw it back to you. How do you stand by this machine so that the prospects are convinced health-wise and also business-wise? Thank you very much.
Okay, so let reaffirm your question. Technically, you want to ask when people ask how this water will help in terms of health-wise. So when you talk to a prospect, right? The first one. And secondly, you're talking about if we introduce the business to people and they said, oh, this machine they had to believe in the machine before they make the decision to share it as a business, right? Is that your two main question? Okay. I just want to summarize for everyone because it's a long story.
And the expensive claim of it. Because
So
the,
eventually, if we have a chance, I will basically educate you guys how to do communication so that we both know exactly what you talk about and clearly so you can first improve your confidence, but also clearly, convey the message and make people happy and still maintain the interest. So a lot of time when people are talking about the machine, so people might over exaggerate or they use medical claim to talk about the machine. When you talk the machine, basically you have to say it is a ionized alkaline machine. That's from Japan, which produce different kind of water with different purpose. For drinking water, basically it's for hydration factor with alkalinity to neutralize acidic, antioxidant to anti-inflammatory, and with the microcluster for better penetration. These three benefit will help your body to be return to origin, which means the best that they can so that they can detoxification or hydration. Then because of that, your body will
Honor
somehow
in the house. Good evening.
rejuvenate
can
and
you mute yourself immediately?
and then and fix itself. A lot of people say that this water will cure cancer and some other thing. That's not the right way to say. It's a medical claim, but also it's a not right way. Our water, like Mr. Shiro saying, our water is different. You only see the difference when you use it and use it correctly.
Mm.
The answer just like that. He don't use any medical or even thing. I'm more engineer. I'm a pharmacist, pre-pharmacist. I have some medical background. I can explain a little bit in terms of hydration factor and detoxification. But as anyone, you should never touch in that. They say this water is very special water that have changed many people's health. It's just because I think part of it, if you want to talk about a little science, that because the water has three benefits. This water is not alkaline, it's alkaline ionized water. Remember that. Water have many different things. First, a lot of time people would know about distilled water or bottled water, right? That's basically acidic water. They remove everything from it. They use this for bottled water, but bottled water have the bad benefit because of the microcluster and the acidic. Some people more experienced, actually more knowledge because they have many things. They drink alkaline water, the bottled alkaline water on the market, which is basically it's a filter water with enhanced. They put more chemical baking soda or sodium bicarbonate or potassium to increase the pH so that they have some good benefit for acid reflux. However, our water is a natural way of ionize alkaline. So our water is the next level, is ionize. What mean ionize? Ionize means the water go to electrolyte. They break the molecule into, smaller molecule, better hydration factor, a better shape, and smaller clump. That's why our body easy to absorb. So when people asking, I don't know what your background, Benjamin, depend on your background. You have to answer in the same way for you so that people can trust it because you cannot talk like me as a scientist or Dr. Deng as a doctor or anything. You basically talk in terms of a user and you share any of your benefits from the water. That's where people will believe. Just share the common generically benefits. That's why you have to utilize the water the most so you can see the most benefit. For myself, I'm pretty healthy, so I don't see that much though. But there's certain thing I see, like my skin. You know, I used to have some eczema. I drink it, it's gone, but then if I stop, they will come back. It's just one way my body build up toxic and, you know, go down from the skin. But if I eliminate a lot more toxic, then I don't have it. And, you know, it helped with my constipation. So I don't have much, you know, like different talk like cancer and stuff, but I share what my experience and I share what the best my knowledge, and it's up to the people to believe it or not. And a lot of time you need to use other factor, you know, you have to point them to the right source, because now ChatGPT, Google, and everything, they could say many things as they want. And as you know, even medicine is also controversial, everything on everything. It's a matter of your trust, your passion, your result, then you can share because it's true and it's authentic, and that's what people will believe. And that's where you can lead them. And in terms of business, because some people can do business because they trust the products, but some people do a business because of the opportunity. You don't have to trust product 100% to do business. Because the world, some people, they might not like BMW that much, but they still can be a good salesman for BMW. It's a matter what you want to do. It's a vehicle for you to achieve success. And if this could be a good vehicle for you, then be it, you know, because that already have many people. That's why we choose this opportunity for us. And then you have to stand in your ground and say, this product give me some good result. I know a lot of people have very astounding result, but myself, this is what my experience. But also I choose this because this might help me in terms of financial, and it's a good vehicle for me to achieve my success in the business. Things like that. So it's up to, you know, depends on what your background, depend on your motivation or your how you see the business, then you have to answer in the way, Benjamin.
I'll interrupt you a little bit. I like talking too much. My background is customer service. Customer service means you talk a lot of stuff, but talking to convince somebody to do what you want for your benefit and for their benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah, the machine is outstanding there. It's true. What it does, you cannot explain enough. Like you said, you have to experience it first before you can, let other people know. But to be very robust in your recruitment, although that's where, all of us benefit. If you don't recruit, that means you're dormant. If you recruit, you have to be able to talk about it. What do you say about it? The benefit, somebody will just buy it for the health benefit of it. Somebody will just buy it because of the business opportunity that comes with it. So my interaction with them is I have to be the teacher. I have to be the example. I have to be the marketer. I have to be almost everything to be able to recruit somebody. Back to you.
Yes, Benjamin. It's just you just have to be a little more focused on what you say. So to make it a little more simple, people understand. And like I said, depends on the person in front of you. You find the right language to talk to them. That is the most key for success. You're on sale, so convey the message, but also convey the message in terms of they can put in their brain, put on their head, and then make decision. That's what we really want. You have advantage on the customer service, so you already know how to talk. It's just find what the best way to talk so they can make the best impression or make the curiosity so they want to know more. Either, like I said, when I look at a person, I do advise both health and benefits and financial benefit, but depends on what they want. Then I gear them into the right direction of what they want. I will talk what they really want me to talk about.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. So is there any more questions from the audience?
This is a bit more quiet than last one.
Yeah, it's because it's more technical. So
I know.
yeah. I could add something more, but since I give the audience the opportunity, so we can talk more about that with them later.
If
Yeah.
you guys uncomfortable, you can type the text.
You can type, yes, you can type your question actually. Thomas reads them.
If I are too intimidating, I'm very friendly and very easygoing. But if you get me a little intimidating, then you can just message.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. There are no one talking probably. I like being more interactive. I'll talk about the pricing and the financing. I'm a registered member. I have ID, but I've not done my payment because of some inconvenience of, the way of paying it. And I see that the down payment is very substantial or more than, simply dividing it by the months you want to pay, whether it's 6 months or 12 months or 24 months. Coming to the 24 months, you pay 205, like they said, every month. But then the initial payment is like more than $2,000. How do you break that one down?
Where are you from? Where are you from, Benjamin?
Thank you, Thomas. I am from Texas, US.
Okay, so you're KA? Okay. Well, Benjamin, if you look in the customer perspective, you think it's more expensive, right? For
Correct.
the manufacturing or the company, they say, "Oh my God, I give him the full machine for 6,000. He pay only 2,000. What happened if he don't pay? I lose the machine." So, well, the company they also evaluation in the way. Our company pretty good in terms of people paying in the past, and even they don't pay, they don't have any collection. But nowadays I think it's changed. I agree. First, the tax is the one a big factor that everyone had to pay. The company don't own anything of that, right? That's basically
Mhm.
go through the tax. The financing, I mean, Mr. Daniel, that right there, he working on five different financial company that we can use so that you can chunk your payment smaller, which is we have alternative to use other option to pay for the machine instead of Enagic. I think Enagic try to get away from financings because a lot of people basically buy a machine and never pay. So I think they want to charge a little bit at the deposit and that financing beside the tax. They nothing to do with their tax because if the machine been sell and you don't anyone no pay, then they don't get anything back. With the value of machine like 59, 58, 90 plus a tax like that, it come up almost like 6,400. So they want. Usually I'm a traditional business, if I really want to make people payment, I ask them to pay half first to protect myself. In case, they don't pay, at least I can make. But in Enagic just ask to pay small portion of it. I mean, I don't know how much, but I think because the financing is the one add up. So that's
It's around 616
yeah.
euro deposit.
So technically, if we can find some financing company or some credit, then you can do your own, then you avoid the $480 for financing thing.
Yes.
That's why I suggest a lot of my prospect. Use your own credit card, or now Mr. Daniel, he working on 5 different financing company. They can help people to spread out the payment into the 5 years, that like that. But as a company, I'm not a company guy, but I understand in their perspective, they want to at least, make some small deposits to make it to, because they still pay commission to the distributor, even with the first initial deposit, they make nothing out of it. Yeah. But the cost the most is the tax and the financing. So if we want to save that, use our own, financing company or our credit card, they will have more control how much we pay, and we don't, use too much for the initial payments.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I
Yeah,
advise.
they should make the financing available so that one can have a choice. Because, like, if you use credit card, unless it is very minimum, um, uh, you know, interest, it could be very affordable. Otherwise, it's both going to be expensive using credit card. But yeah, please make those financing departments available, and what are the interests they're charging for us who are already, having, registered IDs, so that we can make a very decisive, action to take. All right, that's it. I'll leave the floor for others. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My battery is left 1% only. I'm afraid I may not take long. But I really want to talk about the financing part. I just joined the company, and it is so...
Oh, she left. Her battery went off. Yeah. So
A lot of times when we talk about financing and stuff, I'm not a company, so it's hard to me to answer this kind of question. I can advise in the way, but I'm not Enagic. I'm just like you guy, right?
exactly. Yeah.
I
Anyway,
can't make a decision on any of that, but I can, Mr. Daniel and other people, they're looking for a financial company that can help for people to do, the payment better, but also for us to get the instant commission because they
yeah.
pay up, right?
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Thomas. And because I said they can ask any question, but within the topic,
Yeah.
the topic, but people went a little bit out thinking you are energetic because you are representing energy. So you got to attack. Let me say. Yeah,
Attack. I mean, I can still help, but it's not my expertise and had no control,
exactly.
so I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
I can't do
Mm.
whatever. Yeah.
So we are 3 minutes to the time that I start for this interview. So if there is somebody who wants to still ask question within the next 2 minutes, maybe Thomas will reach to ask. So answer so we can close the meeting.
I would
There are questions in the chat.
Like 15 minutes
Yeah.
extra.
Oh, okay. Thomas gave you guys 15 minutes extra from his part. That was because he came.
Susan, you have questions in the chat.
Oh yes. Because I turned my
Can you read it? Can you read it, Sabine? I have a
Okay.
problem. Yeah.
I have a question here from Sherry. What's the good way to answer when your prospects say they need to ask their partner's permission? In this case, we are trying to convince two as ones.
Okay. Did any of you can answer this before I give you the solution?
Two partners.
Yeah. A lot of times, when we go invite the wife or the husband to the presentation, and at the end it's like, I'm not the decision maker. I need to go and check with my partner, you know. That could be a reason or could be the excuse.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? Any of you have experience, and how do you deal with it? Just show me what you do.
For me personally, I think we have to practice what you said earlier: patience, consistency, and be professional, persuasive without being angry or overwhelmed, because they can use it as an excuse, but also it can be real. So you have to be persistent, patient, show care, and build relationship with them. And your focus should not be pressing them into the business. So eventually, they can talk to each other every time they talk with you, as you do the follow up, until maybe one person get converted, and then they can do the conversion for you of the second person. But your job is to keep them consistent and follow up and show them love, so that you can start building relationship and trust with you. I think that's how I would do.
So what you will do? I mean, you care, but do you have any action after that?
I think yeah, you're asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you cannot talk to them as a partner all the time because these are two individual adults. They agree to be together. So when it comes to business, they should agree among themselves. So I would perhaps see which one of them is more open for communication and positive, but he is afraid because of the partner or what. So I would focus talking to one on one instead of two together because they might influence each other negative. So if I convince one person, I believe that person will be able to convince the other. Or they can join the business individually, not as couples, because their lives are independent. The freedom they are looking for, the reason why they want to join the business might not be the same, so they can't be convinced at the same time as one entity.
Okay.
Focus one person at a time.
Okay. Anyone have other?
I think I would invite the couple to join the Zoom meeting, the info meeting, where everything is explained about the product, the company, and the strategy we are using. And then
Awesome.
also the financed options about purchasing the product. And we also explain, and it's clear that this is not pyramid, this is all legal, this is everything they don't think about.
Okay. Anyone? The last one before I give you the answer.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I think those are some kind of excuse of not committing to the business. If that is the one, you do one more follow up, and if it doesn't work, you leave them alone, probably. But if it is truly a consultation that they want to make, so that they can make, a decision together, and your second and third follow up should result into them joining it. So just looks like a red flag of not wanting to join, or quite like a doubted Thomas. So it can be helped by a follow up to determine. Thank you.
Very good. Everyone have touching one angle. Very good. First, for me or anyone, you need to find out who is the boss.
Mhm.
Right? A lot of them are
Mhm.
the boss, but they pretend they're not the boss. So first,
Uh-huh.
make sure who is the boss. But after that, they can use, like Benjamin say, they can lie. They can say, oh, I have to ask my husband to make decision because they want to use that skill. A lot of time I would say, wow, perfect. Let's set appointment for both of you sitting together so I can share this, so you can see the whole thing. And say, oh, let me do it myself. I would say, well, for the whole hours, they do demonstration, they do the business. How much do you understand? How much do you retain? Even myself, it's harder to transfer that knowledge. When you go home, when you tell them, that could be lack of information. Ask the way I really care and I really want both of you understand clearly before you make decision. Can I set appointment for I see both of you to meet so I can share this? And then it's up to you guys to make decision. I really want to do it because I want thoroughly showing both of you this so I complete my my mission to do this because I care for both of you. But even after you do that two together, you still follow up. And who you follow up? Follow up the boss. If you choose the wrong one for love, then you never make a sales. Right? But
I
but you do that, so both of them they had no excuse to say, "Oh, my partner don't want it," thing like that. And they say, "Let me tell my partner." I say, "No, it's hard because I attend the meeting. I remember only the water drop. I don't remember anything. How can you tell your friend or your partner without that?" As professional, I would like to meet both of you so I can present one more time so both of you understand clearly, what it's about, and then the decision will be yours. But like I said, focus on the boss.
Absolutely. I agree. I experienced some couples like
That's why a lot of times when you go to buy timeshare, they invite both husband and wife, so there's no reason for you to escape, right? Serena touched very right, good one.
Hello,
But
hello.
remember, focus. What mistake? Okay, wow, this is it's first. Do not talk too much.
Yeah.
You know, don't be a scientist or to be and you suddenly dress up like, like a star and then make so different and people say, what's going on? Of course you can do that to make people curious, but do in a gentle way, okay? A lot of time talking too much, first things. A lot of times you don't know to who basically, when you are new, you need to make a contact list and basically find out who's the one can basically kind of, go with you because they are the one like all the time. Like for me, Dan, and everyone say we are on our like a partnership in earnest way. So whatever we do, we say, hey, do it, and then do right away. So technically, create your contact list and basically divide them into the group of people that you think that you can, be partner with at first, and then someone that you think they're more interested, they're totally one class we're talking about the contact to create and how to do it. But the first mistake is people will talk to everyone and they talk nonsense and they don't know what they're talking about. Okay, that's the first thing. And secondly, you haven't done any research or know about a person and you just jump in to talk about, so you don't understand your prospect and you create more damage than you build more business. So secondly, you have to basically understand your person, your prospect a little bit before you start sharing. Okay. It's just because I know when you first start, you're so excited and you're so hybrid, so you might do a lot of things that's will it's hurt your business. And then don't do thing by yourself, don't do alone. At least get yourself some repair before you go to the battle. It's a big battle because 3 no you will submit and surrender. Remember? So you want the repair. And a lot of time work with your partner or your group so you don't do things solo because it's easy to fail because you're new, you're inexperienced. And if they ask questions you don't know to answer, they lose trust right away, right?
Mm.
So don't be alone, don't do things to, have to be together, because a lot of time in this business is when you are the bridge. You don't have to be the one sharing everything. You just the bridge, and then you let someone experienced share that, and they're more expert, they're more experienced because they've been doing for a while. And a lot of time people love to listen from new people. The old, like same friend, is old stimulant. They don't like that much. They like new stimulant. They like new people. They like new faces. So they will have more trust and choose someone that more skills, more respect. So when they talk, they will listen right away. But also find a same niche. For example, if you have someone, a business partner, find your upline, your sponsor who are business partners who can easy the same language they talk. Or if they are home mom and they want to work from home, things like that, find someone similar but more experienced. Don't go to the battle without weapon or without, you know, just by yourself. Because this business, you share the business, you change people's lives. So you have to be a little more prepared. You cannot just, and learn how to do the main thing for people to buy machine, they have to see the demonstration. If you know how to do the demonstration, a lot of time we're way better than you talk. Just drop, do a little thing that make people more curious. And then learn as much as you can, listen, and your joy comfort room. Everything you learn is benefit you, not just a business, but also benefit in your future or personal life, because the people in this business success, they already very successful from the other world, and they going here. So they have a lot of life wisdom that you can learn as well. Whatever whatever I said today, I give you knowledge. It's not just about business, it's about personal life experience and psychology. If you understand of that, you can do anything and you still success, right? And what else? You must basically involve in the group, do with the groups, learning as much as you can, absorb, experience your products so you can, utilize, make a change, transformation, but also if you are the representative for health coach, you have to look healthier. You will look more beautiful, transform yourself a little bit. And if you're a business, then you need to dress up. You have to show up the way more professional, more expert, gear in the direction that you want to be so that you can make influence. And a lot of time when you do that, you make people curious. That's why they will ask. And that's where you share the transformation, not right away, but you need to slowly transform yourself. If you want like Mr. Deng, he very energetic and he very outgoing and do stuff, choose one of a role model you want to be. Some introvert people, they might like, I don't want to be like Thomas, but some out adventure, they like to be Mr. Deng. They want to be Mr. Tan. Everyone had their own style. Choose your own style so you can learn and grow. Yeah.
Thank you. People asking more questions here, but some are repeated questions. I don't know if they came late. Mr. Franca or Miss Franca Peters, you're asking about how to convince people to show that this business is not a pyramid scheme. But we have answered that earlier. And actually, you don't have to convince anybody. If people are doubtful, they're skeptical, we attract people in this business. We don't convince people, because if you convince people, that means your product is not real and your service is not real. So if this is legit business, as we know, you attract people by being practical. You have the machine, they can come to your home, demonstrate, let them test the water, see the difference before, and give them people time and be patient with them. I think that would be the best answer to this question, because we don't convince people actually. If somebody's skeptical and they decide not to join this business, you can do anything and try to convince them they won't join it. Let people come to you, attract them.
I mean, we try the way to convey the message to people. And of course, some people will accept it. Some people still, don't know. It takes time. So we have to move on to the next one. But of course, some people that you put in the follow-up list so that you can, coming back later. So you don't outsource of your, prospects. So don't just, your job, if you believe in the business, you can share it to everyone. But of course, there's certain people will accept it and certain people take time to accept it with objection. It's your job to follow up and handle the objection. And of course, there's certain people will never join or buy a product. That's a fact of life.
Yes.
So
it's okay too.
Yeah, it's okay. Otherwise, everyone would do, there would be engineer, there would be doctor, there wouldn't be, the world.
Can I ask one final question?
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Thomas, this is for your expertise. I really want to know if there's other ways of advertising. I've seen other people going on social media and talking about the product, the business opportunity, and the health opportunity of it, hoping that somebody will call them back when they put their number there to be called back or to be contacted. That's like going very robust. And we are now like emphasizing on one-to-one approach of convincing people or trying to, get them on board to join the business. Do you have any model of advertisement personally for, individuals who are already running the business to their prospect so that they can be followed up? Do you have a model? Thank you.
Right. Everyone have different styles. They're different thing. We can do in person, just like what we're doing right now, to be personal connection. That's traditional way. We can do social media that you can advertise, right? Advertise online so that you can share. The other way is you build your own branding, you contribute and give something that then you attract them to your follower and then you share private opportunity after. That three different way depends on what your strength. That's the most effective. For example, a lot of people they do in person, they're more attractive because they like one-to-one, they deal with person. Social media, you have to be know how to use technology. You need to know how to do stuff, and then you have to spend a lot of money. But sometimes you spend a lot of money, but it's not effective because, like I said, people exposed several times, 4 or 6 times, in order for them to take action. So the social media is a very good tool for you to reach out to the world and reach out to a lot of people. But you need to have your own. I mean, everyone has their own way. They know such method. A lot of time they will say, "Oh, because of this business, it changed it." People use lifestyle so that you can attract as the marketing, but some people give values to attract other people as well. I think the best way is create your own channels that you can give values and you build your own branding. Like for example, you talk about something that you're most passionate about or you experience, you can share and people can have benefit. And then you build a follower, you build a crowd, which is you don't have to spend a lot of money, but you start building your circle of influence. And then from then you can share the opportunity or the product. That way it's more effective. Nowadays, a lot of people use marketing as social media to spend a lot of money, but there's no result because people get bored of it because it's not authentic. Right?
There
You see, I
is
see a ton of people marketing years ago. I see ton of marketing. Every time I see YouTube, I just click skip. I don't know how much I pay, and finally I have to pay $15 monthly, so I don't see any of that. And same thing people will do. You have to do something that people see it's interest them or they get benefit, and then they follow you, and then after that you
Yeah.
can share. You have to go around. You cannot just direct. No.
Anyway, thank you, Thomas, for extra 15 minutes that you gave us. So that brought us to our conclusion. Before we conclude, I have music that I created actually is a motivation for people who are still skeptical and they wonder if they can do this business while they're still working full time and all that. So the message is about you still can do it even if you're still working in your normal job full time, and this is a part time job business. So thank you everyone for coming to join us tonight to this meeting, and a very special thank you to Thomas for sharing such valuable knowledge and experience from his field of business. So I want us to remember that success in this business is not about presenting, but it's about relationship, as he said, and trust and consistency, also genuine service and care for the people. And sometimes when they say no, it doesn't really mean no. It simply means not now. So we have to be patient and continue to follow up our prospects until such a time they are ready to say yes to us. Never give up on them and never give up on yourself. Stay patient, stay consistent, and keep learning and continue serving people with authenticity, which means you cannot just advertise without being personally connected to the people that you are helping. So I'm gonna play my music. Hopes it's gonna motivate you guys. And I'm building an online business while I'm working full time. Yes, that's exactly how most people begin. You don't quit your job. You build it alongside. 1 to 2 hours a day is your rising tide. Time that your new future starts to shine. Time that makes your options intertwine. Time today and don't you wait. Grow full time and go and steal your own fate. Can I build an online business while I'm working full time? Yes, that's exactly how most people begin. You don't quit your job, you build it alongside. 1 to 2 hours a day is your rising tide. Yes, let's go and build our own future. Thank you, Thomas.
All right,
And
you're welcome,
everyone.
guys. Yeah. So enjoy, the journey to this Enagic. Try your best, make a lot of connection. And if your life wasn't happy or wasn't as the way you want, then you need to find some way to make a difference. And Enagic is one way, one vehicle can help. Just utilize the best what you can, learn the most you do the most so you can, reach to the destination. And I see you on the top.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thank you,
Good
Thomas.
night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
Thank you, Shiro.
Thank you.
I see you. Ciao, ciao. Yeah.
All right, bye.
Em cảm ơn anh.
Bye, Jim.
Seal your own fate. Can I build an online business while I'm working full time? Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you,
Awesome.
Susan.
Thank you, Van. I hope everybody got some answers and feel more confident now to go out there and do their business.